from my perspective, I think if you don't put things in place in a right way, you are going to suffer for the rest of your life.
Interesting.
That's what I think.
Like the interpretation I'm getting from that is more of a consistency basis. So if you are consistent and you're keeping a streak, that is dope. And then when you decide to go off, if you don't jump back on the train, it's just going to become a precedent that you are setting that, oh yeah, I'm lazy now. I give up sometimes. That is what I get from what you're saying.
That's
anyways.
one thing I really don't understand about people giving up, bro. Because why give up on something if you know you are not going to finish it? Why should you actually give up on something?
Why should you even start?
Why should you even start if you know you are not going to end it? You know? You can't just start something and then assume that, oh, it's going to work in the next 5 days, in the next month, in 1 year, this thing should work.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
It can take you 10 years.
That's the thing.
A period
People
of
don't think
10
in decades,
years.
yeah? And it's something I recently developed, being able to think in 10, 20, 30 years instead of like, what am I going to do in November? People usually think about what is in front of them, what is currently happening right now. But then when you start thinking in years and decades, then things like that start to make sense. When you realize that, oh, I want to try out this career, what that means is I want to try this out for the midterm at least. You know, I want to try this out for a couple years. But when people hear I want to try this career, they're thinking for 3 months. They expect, oh, if I want to get into UI, UX, I want to get into motion design now, and in 3 months I should be a bad guy, I should be collecting all the jobs.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're kidding. You're a joker. But then if you are thinking in years and you are saying, okay, I'm going to try and press, and during this 2-year period, I know there might be downs and ups. There are times where things might go well and there are times where things might be depressing. If you know that going into it, then come on, most of the things that weigh people down that make them give up, they just push through it like it's nothing. At least that's what I do.
Of course, you can't just give up on something that you really want to do. You said something about being consistent, right? It doesn't even have to be consistent about creating content or consistent about being anything about that, but it's just about being consistent in life in general.
I think it's easier to be consistent with creating content than to be consistent in life in general. That seems like a huge Herculean task to me.
You think it's easy with being consistent with creating content?
Like, I think it's easier to be consistent with one thing than everything. I don't know, some people might disagree that if you build consistency as the habit itself, that everything else will follow. You just be consistent in the gym, consistent with your dieting or healthy living, healthy eating, consistent with your work. But then I personally don't see it that way. It's just a lot easier for me to focus on one thing. I know that in this couple months, I'm focusing on just fitness and I'm grinding it out. But then someone might disagree, which is okay.
If I say consistent in life, let's say you're a person that wants to do multiple things at the same time. Right?
Okay.
So then you can be consistent in doing or making everything work. You understand? Let's say you want to be a content creator. Yes, you want to be a content creator. Your content blew up.
Yeah.
But then different thing comes in mind.
Now you're picky
Now,
and choosing, what should I do?
Exactly. What should I do next?
What should I do next? Yeah.
You know, what should I do next? Or what can I do next? I can't be doing this for... You can't be doing it for the rest of your life. But then what else can you do?
That's what you mean by being consistent
Being
with life.
consistent with life. You understand?
So on a long term.
On a long term thing. Yeah. So
and that's how I see consistency too. Yeah, this is one really key soundbite. With consistency, a lot of people look at it as filling up your glass full every single day. And I don't think that is the good way to look at it. That's the best way to look at it. The best way to look at consistency is making sure your glass has water throughout the week, throughout the month. Because a lot of people fall off from whatever they're trying to build a habit with or be consistent with because they imagine that they should be good at it every single day. And when they fall off, everything has spoiled. That is not the way to look at it. The best way to look at it is on a long-term basis. Am I consistent for the week? Am I consistent for the month, for the quarter?
Mm-hmm.
If you look at things in that lens, you realize that you are really progressing and
Exactly.
things are changing.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at it on a day-to-day basis, on a short-term basis, it looks like, I fell off today, man. I'm so bad at what I do. But yeah, you get me.
So yeah. What I was actually trying to say is consistency is actually the key to everything. So like, let's say you want to be a content creator. You can't be a content creator and be shy at the same time. It doesn't work. You know, sometimes you just need to put, I don't know, you just have to be, you just have to be yourself, but at the same time, do something that you will never do. Do you understand? You
Like
have to
breaking
do
your
something
norms.
like breaking,
Your typical norm, yeah.
you know, breaking your typical norm, breaking the line.
Yeah.
You know, doing something that you will never do. Like, if you were supposed to actually sit and think, or like, if you really know who you are, you'll be like, this thing I will never do it.
True.
You know, but just because of the success and
Because of
just
what you're
because
trying
of
to achieve.
what you're
yeah?
trying to achieve,
Yeah.
then you would want to do it.
Yeah, like me dancing online. You will never see me dance online. But then, man, if I have something to sell, bro, I'm gonna
Yeah.
dance, man.
Yeah.
If you guys see me dancing on Instagram now, you know why.
But you know I can dance too. I can dance as well.
Oh, sweet.
I have some
Teach me.
videos online where
Are you
I've been-
serious?
Of course.
I don't know how to dance.
I can teach you. I can teach you. Don't worry. I can teach you.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
Come.